don't know if you guys know this. You probably know it. But corporations will oftentimes hire politicians, pluck them out of obscurity, relative obscurity, to become their CEOs, even when that politician has zero experience in that field, in that sector, in that industry. They're just buying relationships. They're buying influence, right? Okay, just keep that right here. You know how in the last video, we discovered a funny little link between the aviation lobby and at least 3 of these senators who flipped, 3 of the 8, Cortez Masto, Jackie Rosen, both from Nevada, and Tim Kaine. Tim and Jackie being in the top 10 recipients of aviation lobby funds across all 100 senators. And Jackie being in the top 10 across all politicians, period. Number 9 with 1 and 2 from last year being DJT and Kamala Harris, both of whom were the recipients of about $3 million. So anyway, these 2 clowns from New Hampshire have a funny link to the aviation industry. I'm sure completely unrelated, completely coincidental that these 2 would flip, Shaheen and Hassan. They are the senators from New Hampshire. Both of them have been governors of New Hampshire as well. And they were both senators from New Hampshire at the same time that this guy was governor of New Hampshire. SUNUNU, I don't give a shit if I'm pronouncing his name correctly because I mean it disrespectfully. SUNUNU was the governor of New Hampshire until September of 2025. Do you want to guess what he left to do? Do you want to take a guess as to who plucked him from relative obscurity to become their president and CEO, despite the fact that he has literally no experience in the field, in the sector, in the industry? A4A, Airlines for America. I mentioned them in my last video. In the little timeline of events, it was A4A on November 9th, the day before the flip, who was publishing their estimated losses on a daily basis to the tune of $250 to $500 million. CEO, as of September. Zero experience, purchased for his influence. Who might he have influence over, I wonder? It's literally his job to make sure that funding flows freely from the government to the aviation sector. Literally his job. And with no experience in the field, what influence could he possibly wield? I don't know if you know this, but the relationship between a state's governor and its senators is a collaborative one for the most part, even when they are on opposite sides of the aisle that we both know does not exist. Governor needs something for their state. They text or call their senator and say, hey, I really need you to put pressure on these guys to give us this. I really need you to make a call and make this happen. We really need funding for this. Not very different from what I imagine just happened here, maybe, possibly, potentially. This shutdown is really fucking my industry. I need you to apply pressure where you can. I need you guys to vote to open up the government. We need these air traffic controllers back at work. What's in it for them? Well, this bitch isn't seeking re-election. She's got to make a living. How much you want to make a bet these 2 improve their financial situation soon? I'm sure there's nothing funny going on here. This was completely spontaneous and unrelated.